whatever. So ask yourself what is going on in your life that you don't like too much, and what you can do to enjoy more your life. Because this house is going to help you a little. Make sense? Okay. Somebody else? Yes.
How you protect yourself from people who are like vampires of your energy? You can protect 24 hours and basically sometimes they can knock you out.
Yes, you're right. Yes, of course, the emotional chord is important. You know what I choose also? I choose to wear one ring. For me, helps. The Atlantis ring is one of a kind that I choose. I felt really when I arrived, so my precious ring, you know, Lord of the Ring, like oh my gosh. So this was me. So you probably need to find something that help you to shield yourself a little more. What I do also, I call, if you believe in archangels, angels, I call Archangel Michael. He helped me a lot in this situation. So I picture him in my back, because the back, I noticed that is a place where they connect mostly. So I send him on my back, and I have somebody else that I believe in front. So I deal with them sometimes. I ask them help. And you need to clear yourself a lot. I have a feeling that some people, in particular if you're your husband, you know, or your wife, you know, somebody that is very connected, your son, you know, you have children or grandparents, whatever. So people part of the family, more you do this, they don't like it, but you know, they're gonna kind of step out of this energy because you help them to be in their own energy. And I do like a regular process. Because I have my mom from Italy, but she does this. From Italy, can you imagine? So it doesn't change, doesn't matter where they are. So sometimes when just to be on the phone with her, like, oh, you know, I feel everything. So I bubble up myself and I start to breathe, and I do this a lot of time. So this is my way. But when you become conscious, you know how to do. Because when you know the person is coming to you and you know who is, you clear yourself, you start to do something, and this help you. You know, I think it's part of the process. More you do, more the person knows that they cannot come to you anymore. Makes sense what I'm saying? And also, if it's part of your family, help the person to be more confident. So start to compliment the person, start to help the person to figure out about their life, because probably there is some low self-esteem. I notice that most of these people, unless they are very bad people, it is bad people sometimes have a problem with self-esteem, but it's because they don't trust themselves, so they become more jealous, more envy, you know, other people without knowing, and they are afraid. Makes sense? So about entities and other stuff, this is something that it takes probably more than 2-3 minutes, but you know, there are some words that you can use. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Zebayo, that are very powerful. Kadosh, no, don't ask me to write, please. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Zebayo. And I use it because it's a way to call the God, Goddess, you know, the light. And I notice with entities, it's something that they don't like too much. Babble yourself is very important. You know, when I have problem with entities, it happens sometimes, some sessions. In particular with addiction people addictive, about computer, and talk about video games also, you know, just drugs addiction, okay? Video games, can you imagine? So these entities arrive, they don't have a brain, they just, you know, they're just beings without brain, they want just to eat you, you know, energy. So what I do is send unconditional love, and I ask Michael to protect me, and this is me, okay? There are many other ways probably. This is how I deal with. And mostly, some they start maybe to understand the love. Some they just disappear. So I think it's also a way to send them some love. So wherever they are, maybe they forgot about it. I do my best. Make sense?
Yeah.
You want to say something?
It was similar to his, but I am in a field where I'm never alone at work. I'm never alone at home. So I don't get an opportunity to get grounded. And the children that I tend to work with at work, they're not grounded either.
Ooh.
And the school's not grounded at all.
Okay, now it's a big picture.
very needy children, and within our room is very needy, and there's 3 adults in that classroom. So I don't tend to get grounded because I am sensitive. So I'm not able to feel what I need to do.
Okay. By the way, I'm teaching a class as a sensitive. I think I have a flyer around. So if you want to come to my class, welcome. I live in St. Evitato, but I work as in Columbus. So I work in the Center on High and Be Well Clinic. Okay, my booth is 611. I just tell you because time is running. So if you want to continue to talk, welcome in my booth. I think you need to use the triple grid. The triple grid is something that you can find online, and it helps around the school. You can set this grid around your school and help to change the energy, because I think the school is in need of change the energy. So the children are just they are in the way because of the building is not, I don't know why, but the building has some problems, so it needs to be helped. And truly, I used the triple grid for a boy in Chicago, that he will see ghosts hanging around the school, so whatever. I did the triple grid because he is autistic and he can see spirits. So the parents, he was freaking out in some classes, so he cannot go in some classes. So the parents didn't know what to do. So they asked me to do something. Say, okay, what I know is by this, and they give me the address of a place. So with good intention, I asked to clear the place, and it was much better, let's say. So if you like, I can give you some information when you stop at my booth, okay, where to find this. The book they wrote is What the Light Body. You can find this information, the triple grid. Yes. So, yes, the last?
Now, this is not always talked about, but there's the opposite of the psychic vampire. Instead of draining, they project energy onto you. How do you deal with those people?
People project energy on you?
Yeah.
What kind of energy?
I mean, like, I don't really know how to explain it. They're the opposite of a psychic vampire. They don't take. It's like almost like you overwhelmed. It's like they're just projecting.
Okay. First of all, let me see. ATT people, when I'm close to ATT people, if they don't manage themselves pretty well, what I feel like this from them. So you need to make it you need to figure out what it's about, because some people are so imbalanced, so they are spinning a lot, so they are not balanced, so they are not grounded. So you don't feel that they project you energy, but you feel the tornado. You feel that they are like a tornado, so they don't know how to stop. It's mostly about, when I work on ADD people, I see this kind of infinite in the brain works in this way, so I slow down this part. And it works perfectly. So what I'm saying is, not sure how much they project on you, so you absorb because you're sensitive, but they are in their own zone, so they are completely in their own energy, and they don't know how to ground themselves, how to find more balance. Makes sense? So what I'm saying is, it's something different, because if somebody give you energy, you receive some good energy. But in this way, I don't think they have any purpose on this. They just don't know how to handle themselves. And ADD children, autistic, I have this, I can feel this in many of them. Okay? Did I answer your question?
Kind of.
Okay. So I will ask a question. I will try to figure out who is this person, what's going on. So you start to put together the information. So don't think that I am the master of everything. I'm learning too, okay? So what I do, I ask a question. I try to put together the information and figure out what affects me more, who affects me more, and how I can handle. So in this case, I will start to ask or figure out what is going on with the person. So when you have 2 or 3 episodes with different people, you start to understand what you're picking up. Right? So it's up to you. Like I said, play more with yourself and start to investigate around. And let me know, please. I'm always open to listen and to know more about this. Okay?
But sometimes it's not easy, because on one side, token, you want to send the love to the house. But on another side of the token, you have to separate this. I have to separate myself. So the energy is not overwhelming, or I just, in 5 minutes I'll be depressed. Or just drain out, like, you've done physical work just to be in that environment. So it's two ways to,
Okay.
you have to balance how you can approach the situation. Love is nice, but you have to secure yourself.
Okay.
That love in the moment is opposite. It doesn't
I think I lost the first part. So you're telling me that sometimes you feel depressed because you...
Some places can knock you out of that. You can be full of energy. You know how that people act.
Yeah.
You know that they are simple souls.
Mm-hmm.
You walk into that house, and you know what's going to happen. That in a short period of time, you're going to be drained out.
Okay.
You're just sitting, and
Okay, you have many choices. First, leave. Second, decide what you really want to do in the place. And so, bubble yourself, grounding yourself, and start to be in charge of the situation. Don't let the situation, overwhelm you. So
that's what I said. That's what I do. But on another side, how you can say I love you or send the love when you're protecting yourself?
Oh, doesn't matter. You can do it, but it's not a big wall and cement that is in front of you, and it's about your setting intention. So I asked to be shielded from everything. Is not for my highest good. It's it. I don't ask to don't send love. I don't ask to be loved. I want to feel the love. So it's up to you what you set as intention. Okay. Okay.
One thing I've struggled with as a sensitive person is I've lately been in an environment where I've been made to feel like my sensitivity is a bad thing, and I accept and understand I'm always going to be this way, but what can I do to make it feel like it's more of a positive thing versus a negative?
You talk about places?
Being sensitive. How can I feel more positive about it versus thinking it's a bad thing?
But first of all, start to... We need to talk about both. It's too long. But what I'm saying is, I'm sorry, it takes too long. But what I'm saying is really is about you, how you feel with yourself, and you be confident. Okay. Thank you everybody for everything. And if you want a business card, it's here. Welcome. And hope you enjoy today. Thank you again. Thank you.